So however, tell us about your early life. आप बताओ gaming के बारे में. How did you start? How did you come into the gaming industry?
So I'm a computer engineer. I graduated back in 2007. Idea was to go into the software development field, but I had keen interest in game design. Not game design specifically, but gaming industry, because in 2007, I don't think any one of us knew what game design is or what game art, game programming is. But my idea was to get into the gaming industry. Didn't know how to get there. So did a lot of research during my diploma and engineering days. Got to understand that, okay, I saw 3D models in games. So I knew that 3D models is some sort of requirement for games. So I self-learned all these tools and tried to, put myself into a position of a 3D artist. But fortunately, I got an opportunity at India Games, which just mentioned that they needed a trainee game designer. In my head, I was, I was doing these 3D artworks, and I was thinking that that's the job profile, right? And I went there and then got an opportunity, started the job, and then I understood, okay, game art and game design are two different things. So that's basically the journey. That's how it started. But I think this was 2007, 2008 when recession was really bad. So in 4 months at India Games, I got fired. Then post that, tried to look out for a job in software again, because coming from a middle class family, haven't done engineering. I was supposed to actually make money, right? Do software programming jobs and make money. Unfortunately, I didn't get any jobs, right? So I was jobless for at least 18 months. I was at home. And then I had to figure out something. So I went to a company to do software development job. Did that job for 9 months again, got fired from that place also. Because the recession was really, really bad. So it went for, I think, 2 years, 2.5 years. And then when I got fired from that company, I was very sure that this is not what I want to do in my life. I'll go back to gaming. So then I tried looking for more opportunities, knocked few doors, got an opportunity at Games to Win. That is my actual start of game design career. Did like 1.5 years with Games to Win. Grew as a game producer, worked at Hungama for another 1.5 years. And then in 2011, I started Underdogs.
Wonderful. So you did beat the skepticism around gaming, because we all had to make ends meet. We had to do everything for breads and butters and whatnot. So passion was obviously one of our priorities, but we also had to take care of our own requirements. So from gaming, as you said, about the skepticism part of it, how was the family? Like, they were supportive enough for कैसा था आपके फैमिली में? Your parents were like कि time को खराब कर रहा, time बर्बाद कर रहा. How was it?
No, I think that was the case with a lot of people during that time. मेरे भी family में same ही था. I'm the younger one. I have a elder brother. So my elder brother is a straightforward, like a typical example of an ideal.
So you're an ideal example already.
So he did in mechanical engineering, and that's the reason I was thrown into the computer engineering. So he has like a timetable. So he did that. He did finance. He did IIM, married, kids, all that in a particular way. I'm a complete opposite. But during that time, there was a pressure. People didn't know. My family, the society, relatives, being from that middle class background, there's a lot of noise around, right? Ki kya kar raha tumhara bacha? What is this gaming and all this thing? So people didn't know that career. See, there was one myth. Even a lot of us believed that for a long period of time ki games hote hai.
Correct.
There is someone who is actually making games. वो पता ही नहीं था लोगों को. फोन में गेम आ रहा, स्नेक है, it's there. When I started, there was the same thing from my family also. They didn't really understand that. Also my friends, all of them were placed in good companies. Some were outside India. They were making 5 times more than what I was doing. I think at Games to Win, I was making hardly 11,000 per month, where my friends were doing like 50,000 ka job they were doing at TCS, Infosys, all of those companies. So there was a pressure. There was a lot of pressure during that time. But my family was very supportive in that terms. Like, they didn't understand it, but because I was a experimental kid, I was fortunate that I was not the elder son. and my elder brother is a
Otherwise, you had to lead an ideal life.
so kind of my elder brother also supported me a lot in terms of the money issues whenever I had during that entire journey of building myself from that scratch to some point where I can run my own company and make games and make money. So that's the entire thing. But yeah, I mean, slowly and gradually it took a different shift. I like after Underdogs, a lot of news articles started covering the games, the studio. That's where people started understanding, okay, kuch kar raha hai, kuch sensible kar raha hai.
So from the perception of life, as you mentioned about, we do have with the sense and practicalities, may you have to have some sort of monetary support.
Yeah.
As you said, you had your elder brother being there, and you also mentioned about the journey of you from being a like kind of a 3D artist, like animation, वगैरह you thought of. I know to get into it. So from India to India Games to Win, Hungama. How did the journey come about for Underdogs? Like the name itself is a rebellious name. It shows that we are going to do something about it. So the system has to change. So it's kind of contrary to the status quo.
Yeah.
So how do you define that journey and how the name comes up?
So my entire life journey, right from my school days, I wasn't a bright kid. I was a last bencher. I never failed in school, but I was not really good at studies. And then in college also, I had at one point of time in engineering, in the third year or so, I had 14 KTs in total, right? And the last year I cleared all. In fact, I was among the top 2 students who had the highest percentages in that entire thing, right? So my journey actually relates a lot to being an underdog. Nobody actually and I love that word also because it is something where you undercommit but overperform, and the fun that you and that dopamine hit that you get after you do that, right? I think that is something that stayed with me since my childhood. Nobody believed in me, and then eventually every time in the main events I used to outperform and I used to win that thing. So that continued when I started working at Games to Win, right? I understood the whole concept of making games, right, from scratch to actually publishing the games. But I didn't have enough network. I didn't have people who can actually give me work, right? But the idea of Underdogs as a studio, because this word stayed with me, and on this side, this dream of starting in my own studio came in, right? It all connected. So I was like, ki iska naam to Underdogs hi hoga. and because it was very early, like in Games to Win, my job as a assistant producer or producer was to actually figure out smaller studios who can give good quality games at affordable prices. Because big companies, they don't make games in-house, right? They outsource it to people. Yeah. So when I was finding these independent studios, smaller studios, India mein the hi nahi. Hardly like 4-5 studios who are doing that job, right? And then I was trying to figure out, oh, ye loophole hai. Yahan pe there is something that can be done. Mm-hmm. So the idea of starting a studio as a servicing company came there.
Yeah.
So मैंने ये सोचा कि but how do I make that contact and out? So then I chose Hungama. The only reason was to make network. So I went in Hungama for that entire 1.5 years. I just spoke to people. I just introduced myself to people and made sure that everybody knows me. By the time I was ready to start the studio, I already had 3 projects in my hand from that entire network that I built, right? So that gave me so I decided to go from this side of the table to that because loophole tha, gap tha.
Correct.
So when I started Underdogs, wo 3 projects ke saath, right? The first probably 20 games that we made from Underdogs were for these people, for Games to Win, for Hungama, for Zapak. We made games.
So when was this? Which year?
This was 2011.
11, yeah.
To 2012, 2013. The
From
first
11 to 13 was like white labeling for these bigger brands.
No, so 2011-12 majorly went into web-based games. So पहले था
Flash HTML Flash games.
Flash games हुआ करते थे. And then 12 में all of a sudden Unity dropped a bomb, like a free tool, lower up mobile games banao. And smartphones came in, right? And nobody was actually doing that. Because there were hardly around 20-25 companies at that time in India. we thought let's do it. Let's pick that up and start making mobile games. So we were the first few people who adapted to that technology very quickly. So पहले 2 साल we've only made ActionScript games for these bigger companies on the web-based models. But then in 2013 was a time when we started making mobile games. तो हमने हमारे भी बनाए जो छोटे थे. But the first ever game that we did, which did really well for somebody else, was a game called Parking Frenzy. If you know, we made it for Games to Win, and that was a pure servicing project. But we did a lot of work for that game. So वो mobile game का version we made it. We were sitting in that 4x4 का डब्बा small space where we started the company, right? So that was the entire journey of how it started. And 2013 से लेके 2014-15 तक we learned the art of actually publishing and making money. 2015 was a breakthrough where Skateland, the first game, came out. And then the whole flow of making games for digital agencies, movie production houses, brands, wo chalu hua.
Yeah.
So that's how the trajectory happened.
Correct. You talked about the early struggles of how you switched jobs and sometimes got fired because of the recession as well.
Yeah.
But I believe that struggle also happens in the middle of the journey.
Yeah.
Like re-evaluating ourselves, our choices every day.
Yeah.
Was this the right move? Should I have been into gaming, or why not I should get a traditional job? And just like my elder brother, you had example already with you.
Yeah.
So you had to go through any sort of evaluations somewhere in midlife, or you were very passionate enough to carry forward that you had the grit to take things ahead?
No, so I actually dropped that gaming plan when I was fired from India Games, because India Games was my dream company. That was like the end goal.
Correct.
Because India mein the nahi, and it was a huge company at that time. And my idea was जिंदगी में एक बार इंडिया गेम्स के लिए काम करना है. But then I got that first job at India Games, and it was like a heartbreak moment कि इन्होंने ही मुझे निकाल दिया तो और कौन लेने
इसके बाद
right?
Correct.
So I dropped that entire plan. But then 18 months I was jobless, and I then literally gave it up because companies भी नहीं थी. And then I got that job in that software company, right? But वो software company में क्या हुआ? I was because of my engineering background, I was really good at programming also, right? तो मेरे को art भी आता था. India Games में I learned game design also, even if that was for only 4 months, but I was learning it. But programming was my base because engineering से मुझे C++, OOPS, concept, all of that was. So when I started working for that software company, 9 घंटे का job जो task होता था, I used to finish in 1 hour. And the remaining 8 hours, I used to open up Unreal Engine and I used to do all the experiments in it, obviously hiding it from people around me. When that was happening, right, I literally gave up on gaming. But then when I was fired from that place, तब मुझे ऐसा लगा कि बस this is the
end of it.
This is the end of it, because तब तक I was bored. I was literally bored with that software development. And one thing that my father actually told me after this job, right, when I got fired from this software company, my father told me that I was very sure that मुझे gaming में वापस जाना है, and I was trying to convince my family about it, because they were like कि इससे निकला है, the stint is good, continue doing software. But I was like कि मेरे से नहीं होगा, because I can't see myself doing that. My father told me that, see, make a decision with a perspective कि 20 साल बाद, when you look back, you don't regret what you chose, right? And I just literally closed my eyes and imagined myself as a software programmer, and I couldn't live with that. And that was a decision, right? But that is in the early journey. ये shift of and this pivots, right? It happen today. आज भी होता है वो चीज, right? When you start making a product, in the middle of it, you realize कि
it's going nowhere now.
It's going nowhere. What should I do? And we have done these multiple pivots, and sometimes pivots are really important for businesses.
Correct.
कुछ लोग adamant होते हैं, and they drown themselves and the people around them also in those stubborn decisions. You should be open to understand the market and figure out the trends and pivot according to that. I think in the early stage also, that is something that I was very keen कि gaming बढ़ने वाला है, and I want to do this because I think. And another thing is, in my college days, right, I was very much involved in theater. So I used to act and direct plays for college during those times, right? तो my inclination towards creative side was more. तो इसके लिए मुझे and I was good at that art. I did elementary, intermediate exams. तो मेरा art creative side में ज़्यादा था. And then I thought कि नहीं होगा यार ये programming मेरे को tie वाई पहन के नहीं जमेगा मेरे को.
You already had the skill set to have a attention span of people because entertainment में, as you said, theaters में
Yeah.
or games में, you know what will stick and what not.
Yeah.
And our idea of the games, we were on the other side of the aisle, was about competitive side of things. So we only heard about game development back in, I think 10 years ago when we had this event at DSK Supinfocom Pune.
Yeah.
So we used to travel there. There they used to have an esports event, a shorter version of an esports event, and we used to go there. We used to always think, yeah, this is where the magic happens.
Yeah.
This is where the games are being written off. There've been the scripts are being written. The trees we see, the water bodies and the mountains, these are all written in back of these computers desks, and the people are writing these in code language. So obviously it was a big thing for us as well to know the real side of gaming. But in terms of the games, which as you mentioned about the Flash games or HTML games, about the major flashpoint, I want to know about which game do you think inspired you or made you think that this is why I will also want to become a game developer and maybe make something like this or maybe better. So was there a game in your mind when you started this?
So I think so I'm a firm believer of manifestation, and I think that it subconsciously I was doing it from my early days only. The very first game that actually hit me was Dangerous Dave. This was like a side-scroller platformer game made by John Romero. Right? He's a legendary game designer who made Doom, Quake, all those games. In 1999, my father brought me a black and white machine. He wanted basically me and my brother to learn softwares and all those tools, and so that we don't stay behind the race, right? So he wanted to do that. All of a sudden, it was a second-hand PC, so I just found 40 games into it, and Dangerous Day was the first game. I think that was a time when I was so much into games that I knew that I wanted to get into gaming. So 2000 से 2007 जो मैंने डिप्लोमा और इंजीनियरिंग की है, throughout those 7 years I was consistently saying I don't know how I will do it, but I'm very sure that I'll end up in gaming. I will make games in my life, and this is a fact because you meet any of my diploma friends, they'll tell you. I used to say this. If you go and check the classrooms where I used to sit, right, in diploma and engineering, in the last benches, you'll see all the characters drawn through with that, that pointed.
Correct. On the benches.
Yeah. So I was actually manifesting it from that time itself. It was very early. Like it wasn't like in 2010, 11. It was very early when I was very sure that gaming mein karna hai.
We thought that the game development industry will change when the Ravan game came in.
Yeah.
We were a part of that event as well. I think it was by NVIDIA, as we recall. So वहाँ पे we thought esports भी है, games भी है. So maybe this might be the pivot point for the game industry as a whole.
Yeah.
But I think it didn't go off well enough, and only a couple of friends of mine went into game development. I think you might know some of them. Chirag was there, the Chirag Chopra guy, and then Bhavesh was there. So a lot of people who already went into gaming industry, and that time skepticism was very high.
Yeah.
But over the last 10 years, I think a lot of has changed in terms of technology, in terms of knowledge, and in terms of awareness as well. So our parents are now also well equipped with all the information going around. They are also hearing the honorable ministers talking about gaming and esports in the parliaments and things like that. So from your perspective, from the last 10 years, what critically the things have changed which has led to this kind of a boom in the industry?
I think a lot of things came together, and that's how the industry entirely changed. But there's one thing that I would mention is the growth rate of this industry in India is very high compared to the West also at this point, right? Because you might have realized like this fact, like when you say 2013, 14, we were making games and we were thinking of making our own mobile games. You wouldn't believe 100 times this thought came to us that let's make a Ludo game. ठीक है 2013 में. And then we used to drop it like कि कौन खेलेगा इंडिया में? People are not even touching their people don't have smartphones in India. They क्या खेलेंगे वो लोग? 2 years later, a company makes a Ludo King game that crosses 100 crores in revenue. What happened was जो शिफ्ट हुए हैं ना हर 2-2 साल में शिफ्ट हुए हैं.
Yeah.
जैसे 2015 was the time when a wave of independent developers came in. Chirag was one of the people. We were around 20 people, 20-25 people. हम साथ में थे. We were having a game called Skatelander. वैसे he had a game called I think
Stay Mum, I think. Yeah, Stay Mum, yeah.
And there were 20 other people. All of them having independent games which can go big on global market. तो वो 2015 में जो shift आया ना, Google Play Stores, Apple App Stores started giving spotlights to us.
Yeah.
पहले नहीं होता था. पहले only bigger companies used to get featured on these. तो वो हुआ. Suddenly 2016 में Ludo came in, PUBG came in.
Yeah.
And with PUBG, जो West से influence होके यहाँ पे आया, we already had like core YouTubers during that time, 2016-17 में, we had few YouTubers, right? They picked up those games, ठीक है? वो खेलने लग गए. Then we had a new set of audience who started watching people play games,
Correct, correct.
right? तो लोग देखने पे तो we had like sudden jump in the gaming audience
Yeah.
automatically. And I'm not talking about the game development side of
Correct,
it yet.
correct. Yes, yes.
I'm just talking about the gamers, right?
Yeah.
और दूसरा एक पॉइंट ये है ना कि a lot of people in India think that जिसके पास हाई एंड मशीन है, consoles है, वो रियल गेमर है इंडिया का. वो नहीं है. The real gamer of India is some चाचा जी sitting in a rural area जिसके पास छोटा सा फोन है, राइट? क्योंकि इंडिया में वही ऑडियंस है एंड वी हैव मोबाइल फोन्स एंड वी हैव, तो वो ऑल ऑफ अ सडन बढ़ गया ना. यू सॉ लॉट ऑफ पीपल प्लेइंग लूडो एंड पबजी बिकॉज सोशल एलिमेंट बहुत था उसके अंदर. एंड देन पीपल स्टार्टेड वाचिंग गेम्स. नाउ दीज स्ट्रीमर्स व्हेन दे गॉट बोर्ड ऑफ दीज गेम्स दे पिक्ड अप इंडी गेम्स, जो गेम्स वेस्ट में बहुत पॉपुलर है बट इंडिया में गेमर्स को नहीं पता.
Correct, correct.
They started picking those. Now that again brought a big shift of people realizing the potential of independent games. Human Fall Flat आया, Among Us आया. So people started picking smaller games. जो popular games नहीं खेल रहे थे फिर वो लोग. तो then we saw that shift also. हर 2 साल में if you see ना shift आते गया. 2019-20 में जब COVID आया, then तो gaming went skyrocket. Like वो तो roofs पे चला गया था, right? And everybody was playing games all day long, right?
I recall this game, very controversial game that time. It was Flappy Birds,
Yeah.
if you recall.
Yeah.
The South Asian guy made it, and he made millions in a couple of days. So he got so pissed off by the number of people calling him or the spotlight.
Yeah.
He just deleted the game completely.
Yeah.
And now, as we see, there are complete, I think, copies of the games all across.
Yeah.
So that was also one of the most shocking moments for us to know that such a game, an indie game,
Yeah.
is such a low quality of production value. Just the game itself was so technical that it didn't matter that how the graphics were being processed or how the things were.
Yeah.
So obviously things changed a lot. And now in the last 10 years, I believe that there are a lot of investors also coming in now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Lastly, क्या था कि ठीक है, you had to, if you had a passion, pay for your own passion.
Yeah.
Spend your own money, break your banks, and then. So right now, I believe that a lot of companies who have come as an investors, and you have a lot of players as well, like you said, the chacha in the gaon or the people working at your homes, drivers, even the generic audience,
Yeah.
which earlier couldn't even dream about gaming or didn't dreamed about having a gadget like an iPhone or a Android. They right now own these phones and they play these games very fluently and very frequently.
Yeah.
So this has also made a very paradigm shift in terms of the potential of the audience right now. And as we speak, I think a couple of games in India also got developed in a way that Western audience के भी उसमें अच्छी growth मिली. I guess Razi was the game which it's got a growth of Gardner. So it was by Nodding Heads. Yeah. So similar to that game, I think Kamla or something was also a big game which came in. And now we come to a game which has been developed by your team. It's called Mukti.
Yeah.
So tell us about the game name first, how this name came into picture, and what was the philosophy behind it?
So this is so we started the very first time we actually wrote this first draft of the game was back in 2018, 17 or 18. 2 pager ka draft tha. We see while we started developing games since 2011 ना तो एक वो build होते गया कि we one day will make PC and console games. So we obviously wanted to do that, right? So जैसे we got like settled down a bit with the B2B side of it, थोड़ा बहुत ये था, तो then we started thinking of a concept which is on the PC side. That's where we wrote the first draft of Mukti. But we needed subject. Because again, the same topic that I mentioned, I not just in the college, but after college, for 10 years I've done theater, like of proper theater, experimental theater, where I acted and directed regional plays, almost in every theater in Mumbai. Like not blowing my own trumpet, but that's the thing that I tried to do because I was very passionate about that, right? तो वो love for storytelling वहाँ से आता है, right? तो we wanted to make a game which falls into that category because the core founders had that understanding of this whole concepts, right? So we were big fans of What Remains of Edith Finch, Firewatch, Gone Home, जो story driven games है 2 से 4 घंटे के. So we wanted to do that, but we needed a subject, right? So we started figuring out subject, got a few, and then human trafficking is something that blew our mind. The stats, everything, the interviews, the articles that we read, we thought like let's tell a story which revolves around this, because then we get an opportunity to put this out for a global audience, right? So people can actually experience that entire. We're not trying to preach anything about it, but it's a beautiful story of someone who has gone through that experience. But at the same time, like I said, right, कि Ludo बनाना we thought before, but हमने drop कर दिया. But during this time ना, मुक्ति के time पे we were like कि नहीं, this PC thing will definitely pick up later in India. Let's not drop things now, but let's make it culturally relevant and try to portray a modern India story to the global audience. And that's where we wanted to actually name it very regional also, but keeping it very global in terms of how you experience the game.
Correct, yeah.
तो इसके लिए मुक्ति, and Mukti talks about liberation, right? So game में overall the whole story is about liberation, about rebellious, about freedom. So that's why the term Mukti is there. But for us, जैसे मैं अभी बोल रहा था, see, there has to be a thin line between regional and relatability, right? तो आपको वो crack करनी बहुत important है. तो we do a lot of things in the game, like we are trying to put in a lot of words and things which people can actually learn also through the game, like explore करके. So it's not just that something that they read and they don't understand and then they go forward. ऐसा नहीं होता. They get to know what that word means also.
So you have a very powerful vision on the social cause which you are talking about right now, and it makes really sense to name it Mukti as well, as you call it, liberation.
Yeah.
So it took around 8 years almost for a draft to now come into a full-scale production or a commercial game.
Yeah, there's a long story actually. It's like I've been very open about about talking on this whole thing. 2018 में जो मैं draft बोल रहा था, we wrote a draft. We didn't go into the production, and people need to understand the difference between pre-production and production, जो बहुत लोगों को नहीं समझता. So just wanted to make that clear again to the audience as well, right? Like pre-production में you basically write the entire framework and the story and the progression of the game, right? जो concept art होता है, everything that comes into pre-production. You only go in production when you have budgets. And we as a studio never had that budgets to actually go into full production. So what we did was, and when 2018 में हमने लिखा ना वो, उसके बाद में for a year or so we tried to develop around that idea of कि ठीक है इसको experience wise कैसे build करेंगे. तो हम लोगों ने Unity में एक 10 मिनट का डेमो बनाया. सिर्फ एक 10 मिनट का डेमो था. And we were showcasing it here and there, and then Unreal saw it. ठीक है, Unreal ने जब भी देखा, and उसके बीच में कोविड आया, so वो 10 मिनट का डेमो उधर ही रह गया. कोविड आया, we just made sure that the studio survives, because हमारे सामने 100 studios बंद हो गए थे कोविड के टाइम पे, and we were doing really good because we were making games for hyper casual publishers outside India. तो हम sustain कर रहे थे. Once COVID was done, we spoke to Unreal. And Unreal loved the demo that we made in Unity. And they kind of told us कि there is an opportunity कि आप अगर इसको Unreal में बनाओगे, you'll get a mega grant for that. There's a opportunity for that. We said we should do that. Like then we did that, and we got a grant of around $25,000 from Unreal. ये 2021 में हुआ है. अब आप देख रहे हो journey. We never worked on the game actually. It's there. Draft है.
Conceptualization was there,
Yes.
but not into
Yes,
production.
but while we were doing all this, we were in the back of our head, we were building our characters. We were building की story कैसा progress होना चाहिए, वो सब चल रहा था. 21 में when we got that $25,000 grant, we spent that entire money in building a good vertical slice. And any independent developer who is listening to this needs to understand that vertical slice is the holy grail of अगर आपको कोई भी game बनाना है, मेक श्योर कि आप एक 25-30 मिनट का बहुत ही हाईली पॉलिश्ड वर्टिकल स्लाइस बनाओ, उसको लेके आप इन्वेस्टर, पब्लिशर, किसी के पास भी जाओ एंड आस्क देम फॉर मोर मनी टू फिनिश दैट गेम. तो हमने वर्टिकल स्लाइस बनाया एंड दैट वर्टिकल स्लाइस वाज पिच्ड टू सोनी. सोनी लव्ड इट एंड 2024 में we actually started the actual
Production.
full-blown production of the game.
The Sony Hero project.
India Hero project through, yeah. So that is a journey. But a lot of people have a misunderstanding कि हम 2018 से game बना रहे, नहीं बना रहे हम लोग. It's a business, conscious business decision.
And it goes through the stages, yeah,
Yeah,
obviously.
of course.
A lot of people will learn from here that no, not just about the drafting, the concept of the things, you also have to make a demo.
Yeah.
And the demo should be appealing enough for the investors to take a bet on that. And then again, after the investment comes in, you again have to conceptualize. You have to again rewrite your things so that the game can come into the full scale production then.
Correct.
So it's a big scale. Yeah.
Correct. And a lot of people do this mistake. You know, what happens is idea आ गया बनाने बैठ. This is not how it works, right? Like I remember a line that Abraham Lincoln used to say, right? अगर आप मुझे 8 घंटे दोगे एक पेड़ तोड़ने के लिए, मैं 6 घंटे
6 hours, yeah.
6 घंटे वो एक्स
Sharpen the eggs, yeah.
Your game's scope has to be thoroughly defined even before you go into the production. वरना आप वो फीचर पे फीचर बनाते जाओगे, आपका गेम कभी खत्म नहीं होने वाला. Right? So before we started the development in 2024 with Sony, our entire game was ready on paper. और फिर इसके लिए at this point we are not missing any deadlines. It's all going well. We are in alpha stage right now. We are planning to release the game whenever we find a great window for that.
So when can we have a hands on the game? Like what stage is it
that's
right
something that I'm eager to talk about, but I can't right because
no, for the port of the game, it will be completely based on the PC, or you're planning to move it to a different console altogether?
No, so because it's Sony India Hero project, we are supposed to launch it on day one on PS5 exclusive and PC.
Yeah.
For the other consoles, we'll have to wait for a certain amount of time and then we'll do that. But day one pe PS5 and PC, we are doing it for sure.
So from Sony, do you have a deadline for that as well? Kind of a time frame to achieve these numbers as well for the...
Every day is counted in the entire Excel sheet that we've built with Sony on day one itself.
No, post publication of the game, like, do you have to achieve certain number to make it?
No, nothing. So see, the thing is, obviously these numbers are important for everybody, even for Sony, even for us. Us to bahut hi hai. But see, the entire efforts that Sony is doing is not because looking at the numbers of this game. We keep on telling about, talking about these things कि India पीछे है, India is not making PC games, India को console games,
still gap.
Yeah, there's a gap and all. Yeah, exactly. हम लोग बोल रहे थे कि इंडिया में टैलेंट की कमी है. ये सी, इंडिया में टैलेंट की कमी नहीं है. इंडिया में वी हैव अ लॉट ऑफ टैलेंटेड पीपल इन इंडिया. इंडिया में कमी एक्सपर्टीज की है. जो एक्सपीरियंस है ना, वो नहीं है लोगों को इंडिया में, बिकॉज दे हैव नॉट शिप्ड those bigger titles yet.
Yeah.
Right? What Sony is trying to do is build that ecosystem by hand-holding studios like us and making them understand कि आप दूसरा या तीसरा या चौथा गेम AAA कैसे बनाओगे. That is the entire hand-holding that is happening today. The fund part is one thing, but a lot of people think कि Sony ने सिर्फ fund किया है. We have 4 to 5 calls with Sony every week, where Sony comes on calls with us, the engineering team, the technical art team. They basically teach us all the tips, tricks of optimization. They have hundreds of tools. They tell us कि किस तरीके से optimization करोगे तो ये 60 FPS पे चलेगा. All of these things, right? ये नहीं मालूम लोगों को. And these things, right, you will not find on Google. You will not find on any search engine, YouTube. आपको नहीं मिलेगा. Because this is coming from people who are right now publishing those AAA titles. ये वो लोग हैं जिन्होंने लास्ट ऑफ अस पब्लिश किया है, जिन्होंने गॉड ऑफ वॉर पे काम किया है, जिन्होंने गोस्ट ऑफ सुशिमा पे काम किया है. वो लोग अपनी लर्निंग्स हमारे साथ शेयर कर रहे हैं, which is we feel we are very very fortunate कि ये अपॉर्चुनिटी मिला है, because it's not just the money. This is way more important, right?
So apart from monetary support, mentorship भी is obviously
exactly.
very important.
आप ये सोचो कि सोनी ये क्यों कर रहा है. सोनी को क्या फायदा है इससे? सोनी wants, because सोनी believes कि इंडिया में बहुत कल्चरल गेम्स इंडियन सॉइल से ग्लोबल ऑडियंस को जा सकते हैं.
Still untapped.
Yes, and that will only happen when they have good studios in India who can actually deliver that.
Correct.
Right. हम चाइना के ब्लैक मिथ वुकोंग देखते हैं और बोलते हैं कि इंडिया में ब्लैक मिथ वुकोंग क्यों नहीं है. They have been making games for 20-30 years now. वो वहाँ तक पहुँचे हैं. हम शुरू हुए हैं अभी. Right. So we need somebody like Sony to handhold us on that.
Correct. So torch bearers like you also pave the way, because as you said, not just the monetary support, you also have to weigh which way to spend that money.
Yeah.
How to optimize the game, improvisation, course correction, a lot of things are there as a mentor if Sony is helping you out. So ये opportunity आपको कैसे मिली थी? Like how did Sony reach out to you? How does other game development companies can also be a part of this? Do they need to apply somewhere?
Yeah.
How does this work?
So right now, like anybody can actually, I can share the link with you. You can just put it out. There's a link. There's a normal program link. Sony India Hero Project. अगर आप जाके Google करोगे, you'll find that website. You can go. You can apply directly. You see, there's another thing like set of learnings that we have got through years is आप किसी को pitch कर रहे हो to put their money so that you can develop a game.
Yeah.
So make sure you do the best of it. आप जिसमें vertical slice की बात कर रहा था, make sure you make a very nice, highly polished 30 minutes का vertical slice. You have a good pitch deck. You have a nice Excel sheet that talks about the entire budget that you require to make that game. ये तीन चीजें आप लेके apply करो. If your game is good, if there's a potential in the market, and if Sony believes in your idea, you'll get that. What happened with us was we, again, very, very fortunate. Unreal introduced us to Sony because we got the mega grant in 2021 and Unreal was trying to do something with Sony at that time. They, did that meeting with us and Sony. So that's where we were introduced to them. We were again fortunate to actually have that first studio to be meeting Sony at that time. And yet, I think 2022 में हुआ. So they liked it at that time only. And this whole India Hero project wasn't formalized at that time. था भी नहीं वो. But then eventually, and so if you look at it, right, it took us 2 years literally speaking to Sony about the game, and then eventually it happened. वैसा randomly भी नहीं हुआ है.
Correct. It might be a sign of an humble personality that you are constantly mentioning about the fortunate part of things, because surely a lot of hard work has been gone into it, and the struggle you have been through also have contributed to where we are today. So obviously you're a very humble personality in that sense. About the games part, the development part, we do have engineering colleges which focus on the languages part, Java, C++ and things like that. But आपको लगता है इंडिया में अभी गेम डेवलपमेंट पर से ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटीज है in terms of the education perception? Like people can apply for being a game designer or a game engineer from a very layman standpoint of view, because to convince your parents that you're going to bet your life on developing games, you have to have a good counselor as well.
Yeah.
From the end of the schools or universities. So अभी इंडिया में आपके हिसाब से are there enough of these institutions?
No, unfortunately India में नहीं है. There are a few institutes, but I personally don't really fall into recommending those, because मैं गया नहीं उसमें, मैं क्या recommend करूँ? Curriculum देख के how do you actually decide, right?
Yeah.
Because I've seen the bad part also. I've seen bigger institutes that जो आर्ट में एक टाइम पे बहुत बड़े थे. I don't want to name them, but वो institutes जो इतने reputed है, वो भी गेम डिजाइन के नाम पे कुछ भी बेचते हैं.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you believe the younger or the newer folks also? But there are institutes where you can do some sort of certifications or what. But what I can recommend people is, like, see, anybody who wants to get into the gaming industry first needs to understand कि उसका खुद का डोमेन क्या है. Broadly, gaming में 4 ही categories है: गेम डिज़ाइन, गेम आर्ट, गेम प्रोग्रामिंग एंड गेम टेस्टिंग. अब फिर इसके अंदर से और ब्रांचेस निकलते हैं, एंड देन यू कैन स्पेशलाइज इन थिंग्स. बट एंट्री पॉइंट्स ये 4 ही है. अगर आपको पता है कि आप एक बहुत अच्छा आर्टिस्ट हो, तो भूल जाओ प्रोग्रामिंग को, फोकस ऑन आर्ट, फोकस ऑन गेम आर्ट, राइट. अगर आपको लगता है कि आप बहुत अच्छे कोडर हो, तो आपको वो गेम डिज़ाइन और गेम आर्ट के चक्कर में नहीं पड़ना है. यू नीड टू फर्स्ट एनालाइज कि ये डोमेन में लगता क्या है, एंड हाउ मैं वहाँ पे सिंक बैठ रहा हूँ क्या. A lot of people do this mistake. They want to do everything. लोग अप्लाई जो करते हैं, मेरे कंपनी में भी जो लोग अप्लाई करते हैं, they'll tell me कि सर मुझे ये प्रोग्रामिंग आता है, मैंने ये गेम्स बनाया है, मैंने इसमें आर्ट भी किया है, मैंने इसमें डिज़ाइन भी किया है, मुझे नहीं चाहिए तू.
Yeah.
बिकॉज पीपल वॉन्ट स्पेशलाइज्ड पीपल, राइट. मुझे अगर रिक्वायरमेंट है एक आर्टिस्ट की, मैं ऐसे बंदे को क्यों लूँ जिसको प्रोग्रामिंग आ रहा है, उसका हाफ अटेंशन डिवाइडेड है यहाँ,
Correct.
उसको नहीं पता उसको लाइफ में क्या करना है. तो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट यू नीड टू डिसाइड कि आपका डोमेन क्या है. फिर जब आप डिसाइड कर लोगे तो ये चारों जो डोमेन्स है ना, इसका अलग अलग एक पाथ है जो आपको फॉलो करना पड़ेगा. जैसे जस्ट टू गिव यू एन एग्जांपल, अगर आप एक आर्टिस्ट, गेम आर्टिस्ट बनना चाहते हो, तो सिंपल सी चीज़ है ये है कि गेम आर्ट में एग्जैक्टली कंपनीज में क्या होता है वो फिगर आउट करो, राइट. जैसे 3D Max, माया, ZBrush, Substance Painter, ये टूल्स यूज होते हैं 3D बनाने के लिए. आप वो सीख लो, दैट्स अ सिंपल बात. आप वो टूल्स सीख लो. अब टूल्स, आप किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूट में जाओगे ना, आपको वहाँ पे क्रिएटिविटी नहीं सिखाएंगे, आपको वो टूल बॉक्स सिखाएंगे. जैसे आप गिटार क्लास लगाते हो तो आपको स्ट्रमिंग सिखाएंगे.
Correct.
और आपको बताएंगे कि ये कॉर्ड दबाने से ये धुन बजेगी, गाना आपको बजाना है,
हाँ.
राइट. तो ये टूल्स में भी यही सिखाएंगे, ये टूल बॉक्स सिखाएंगे. आपको आके घंटों बैठ के प्रैक्टिस करनी है, आपकी स्किल सेट बढ़ानी है, राइट. यू बिकम अ गेम आर्टिस्ट बिकॉज आप जब स्किल सेट इंप्रूव करोगे, आप पोर्टफोलियो बनाओगे. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे, आज के डेट में गेमिंग इंडस्ट्री में एवरीथिंग इज अबाउट स्किल सेट. Nobody is looking at your degrees and certifications. आप एक आर्टिस्ट हो, आपने मुझे आपका आर्ट स्टेशन का पोर्टफोलियो दिखाया, मेरे होश उड़ गए देख के, यू आर हायर्ड. अगर आप एक प्रोग्रामर हो, आपने अपना पोर्टफोलियो दिखाया, आपने मुझे दिखाया ये मैकेनिक्स मैंने बनाए हैं, आपके वेबसाइट में मैंने जाके देखा है कि वो इसने बहुत अच्छे चीज़ें बनाई है, आई गेट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि यू हैव स्किल्स. इसके लिए आपने बनाए हो, किस कॉलेज से हो, क्या सर्टिफिकेशन किया है, नन ऑफ दैट मैटर्स टुडे. Right.
So you say a company like yours or Ubisoft or maybe for that matter Zynga or whatever the international companies जितनी भी है gaming में, इसमें just that you have that skill set, you can still apply for that. You might be eligible for that.
Yeah, see, I would say majority of that, like 95% of the companies
Wow.
will do that. अगर आप skill sets, even in my company, and in my company it's 100% of that case only. Like it's 70-80%, 70% of my people in my company are undergraduates. So मेरे को like we don't like care about that, right?
Yeah.
He's doing something which 10 people that I interviewed couldn't do. तो मेरे लिए तो यही
It doesn't matter then, yeah.
क्या ही फर्क पड़ने वाला है.
Correct.
तो यूके से गेम डिजाइन का कोर्स करके आ रहा है, मेरे लिए कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा.
Correct.
See, but these institutes like DSK and all those, right, even though they were super expensive, those institutes taught basics of game design very well. I would say that because I saw people coming out of those institutes and I've spoken to them. तो अगर आप गेम डिज़ाइन फील्ड में जाना चाहते हो तो आप ट्राई करो कि कोई छोटे मोटे कोर्सेस है, या आप यूडेमी से करो या फिर किसी से मेंटर से करा के लो. आप लिंगोज, टर्मिनोलॉजीज, गेम प्ले क्या होता है, कोर लूप क्या होता है, ये टर्मिनोलॉजीज भी सीख लोगे ना और पोर्टफोलियो बनाओगे, आपको एटलीस्ट एक एंट्री पॉइंट मिलेगा.
Yeah.
बट अगर आप रोते रहोगे कि मेरे को 4 साल का एक्सपीरियंस मांग रहे, नहीं मांग रहे कोई, यू आर नॉट लुकिंग एट द राइट प्लेसेस. दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम, राइट.
So animation भी, designing भी, and even programming, the mechanics of things are that. इस सब में आप कहते हैं कि the application से ज़्यादा मैटर करता है, the kind of creativity you have, the kind of efforts you can pull into, and not that the degree has to be this, या some tier 1, tier 2 colleges are required. You can just walk in and give your presentation. अगर portfolio suits our requirements, you're ahead.
Absolutely. But I'd like to add one more thing, right? Like कि अगर आप fortunate हो कि आपका बैकग्राउंड स्ट्रांग है, फैमिली बैकग्राउंड, और आपको भेज रहे बाहर, ये बहुत कम है. इसलिए मैं फॉर्चुनेट ये वर्ड भी यूज करता हूँ. लोगों को इंडिया में, बहुत लोगों को
Privilege होना चाहिए, बिल्कुल.
मिलता भी नहीं है. बट अगर आप प्रिविलेज्ड हो, आई वुड से टेक दैट अपॉर्चुनिटी. if your parents are spending money on it, sending you outside यूनिवर्सिटी, जहाँ पे आप शायद वैंकूवर में या यूके में कोई गेम डिज़ाइन, एमटेक, समथिंग आप कर सकते हो, आप डेफिनेटली करो. बिकॉज अगेन अब हम वापस वो टॉपिक पे आते हैं कि क्यों चाइना और वहाँ के लोग इतने एडवांस है, बिकॉज वो ग्राउंड लेवल से ये चीज़ें सीखते हैं. और अगर आप वो यूनिवर्सिटी से ये सब चीज़ें करोगे ना, तो आपको अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ डायरेक्ट वो कंपनीज में मिलेंगी जहाँ पे ये सब चीज़ें हो रही है. ऑलरेडी,
करेक्ट.
क्योंकि यहाँ से तो आपको मोबाइल गेम से स्टार्ट करना है फिलहाल तो, एटलीस्ट फॉर द नेक्स्ट 2-3 years, अनलेस वी हैव ग्रेट कंपनीज इन पीसी एंड कंसोल इन इंडिया, तो आप शुरू तो मोबाइल से करोगे ना. वहाँ पे आपको सीधा आप ब्लिजर्ड ट्राई कर सकते हो, आप बड़ी बड़ी रॉक स्टार्स में ट्राई कर सकते हो. सो अगर फॉर्चुनेट हो तो ले लो.
In layman terms, आपके हिसाब से like for someone like me, if I say if I have an idea in my mind कि इंडिया में GTA ऐसा गेम क्यों ना हो सकता है, because we have our own uniqueness of things,
Yeah.
traffics है, potholes है, things like that. So इंडिया में क्या changes हो सकते हैं? तो how do we start? Is there a way that I can contact a publishing company or a development company if I have the means of it? Like if I can afford to have a game developed
Yeah.
and maybe published under our own banner or whatever. So what should be the ideal route for this? Like जैसे आप बताया white label किया आपने
Yeah.
for different company या servicing जो बता रहे हो आप. So for a layman's terms में आप समझाओ कि कैसे कर सकते हैं इसको?
See the games like मतलब again I'll refrain from that, like games like GTA तो is like a क्या
Not full scale GTA, maybe something like जो first person shooters होते हैं which
आपका स्कोप डिफाइंड है, आपको पता है कि आपका गेम 10 घंटे का है और आपको पता है ये बजट लगने वाला है. रियलिस्टिकली आपको पता है ये बजट लगने वाला है, क्योंकि कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि वी गेट टेंस ऑफ कॉल्स एवरी वीक आस्किंग फॉर PUBG बनाना है और 2 लाख में बनाना है. दैट इज नॉट, आप रियलिस्टिकली आपको पता है ना इसका ये बनाने के लिए
टाइम एंड एफर्ट यूज
8-10 घंटे का गेम है, मेरे पास इतना बजट है, मेरे पास इतने करोड़ है, मैं डालना चाहता हूँ इसमें. द आइडियल सिनारियो इज यू बेसिकली वर्क विद अ स्टूडियो ओनली हु कैन एक्चुअली डू दैट फॉर यू. अनफॉर्चुनेटली इंडिया में नहीं है, अगेन एक्सपर्टीज नहीं है, उतने अभी तक बिल्ड नहीं हुआ है, बन रहे हैं लोगों के. बट आई वुडंट से कि अगर आपके पास इतना पैसा है तो डोंट गो इन दैट सिनारियो, राइट, बिकॉज एक्सपर्टीज नहीं है अभी. देयर आर स्टूडियोज फ्रॉम फिलीपींस, इंडोनेशिया, वो बहुत ही अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं इनफैक्ट व्हेन इट कम्स टू द सेम सॉर्ट ऑफ एक्सपर्टीज, राइट. But in layman terms, what happens is if you have a concept, if you have an idea, basically you go to a studio जिसको आप अपना गेम का पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट, देर आर 2 ways again in that कि आपके पास सिर्फ कॉन्सेप्चुअली रेडी है तो दैट स्टूडियो विल मेक द एंटायर गेम डिजाइन डॉक्यूमेंट ऑल्सो फॉर यू. जो गेम डिजाइन डॉक्यूमेंट इज कॉल्ड GDD, जो एक्ट्स लाइक अ बाइबल फॉर योर गेम. उसी में सब कुछ होता है. लाइक आप एक आर्टिस्ट को 10 बार जाके ये नहीं बताओगे कि मेरे कैरेक्टर का हाइट 6 फुट है, उसके बाल ग्रीन कलर के हैं. दैट आर्टिस्ट रीड्स दैट डॉक्यूमेंट, उसके वजह से उसको पता चलता है, राइट. सो इफ यू बिकॉज यू डोंट नो गेम डिज़ाइन तो आप नहीं बना पाओगे GDD. बट कॉन्सेप्चुअली आपको पता है कि ये मुझे मुंबई स्ट्रीट पे GTA टाइप फ्रूटर कुछ बनाना है. यू गो टू दैट स्टूडियो, दे विल मेक अ GDD फॉर यू, and then which is the pre-production, and then they'll also take that into a production. आपको सिर्फ expenses ये करने. बट मोनेटाइजेशन पर्सपेक्टिव से ये गेम अगर प्रीमियम है, मतलब आप $10 के लिए सीधा मार्केट में डाल के बेचना चाहते हो, देन इट वर्क्स. बट अगर आप F2P बना रहे हो, जैसे फ्री टू प्ले गेम बना रहे हो, तो देन इट इज़ अगेन योर हेडेक, बिकॉज वो गेम तो बना लेंगे बट उस गेम को आपको प्ले स्टोर या ऐप स्टोर पे डाल के फिर नर्चर करना पड़ता है.
करेक्ट.
जिसके लिए अलग से एक्सपर्टीज लगती है. वो एक्सपर्टीज होती है कि आपको रोज एनालिटिक्स चेक करने हैं, कुछ मेट्रिक्स होते हैं फ्री टू प्ले गेम्स में, जैसे रिटेंशन जिसे हम बोलते हैं, जैसे Day 1 रिटेंशन होता है, Day 7 रिटेंशन होता है. आपका एड मोनेटाइजेशन या फिर आपका इन गेम इन ऐप परचेजेस डिपेंड्स अ लॉट ऑन पीपल कितना टाइम आपका गेम खेल रहे हैं. तो एज अ डेवलपर आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव एक बार वो गेम बनने के बाद ये होता है कि मैं कैसे यूज़र को आधा घंटा खिलाऊं मेरा गेम. तो एक सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ आपको. कैंडी क्रश में आपने देखा रहेगा कि 5 लाइव्स है, वो चाहे तो 100 भी दे सकते थे बट 5 ही दिए उन लोगों ने, बिकॉज वो चाहते कि आप ख़त्म करो और आधे घंटे बाद आप मोबाइल साइड में रख के 2 घंटे बाद वापस आओ. दैट इज रिटेंशन, राइट, कि आप कैसे उसको बार बार आपके गेम में बुलाओ.
करेक्ट.
The more the player plays, the more you get an opportunity to show an ad. आधा घंटा खेलेगा तो मैं उसमें 8 ऐड डालूंगा, 2 मिनट ही खेलेगा तो मैं कितने ही ऐड डाल के कितना ही पैसा कमाऊँ. सो ये एनालिटिक्स इज अ बिग स्किल सेट जो वो नहीं करेंगे आपके लिए, फिर वो आपको देखना है. दिस इज जस्ट वन थिंग. देन देर इज रेवेन्यू, कि आप कैंपेनिंग्स जो करते हैं लोग कि फेसबुक पे हम कैंपेन कर रहे हैं, तो रिटेंशन के डिपेंड बेसिस पे यू नीड टू कंसिस्टेंटली डू दोज कैंपेन्स एंड फिगर आउट कि मैं जिधर ₹2 डाल रहा हूँ एक यूज़र के लिए, क्या मेरे रिटेंशन से वही यूज़र मुझे ₹3 दे रहा है, अगर नहीं दे रहा है तो मैं लॉस में हूँ. सो ये ना पूरा नर्चरिंग ऑफ द गेम इज अ हेडेक when it comes to free to play games.
Yeah.
But there are very very smart studios in India जो इसको क्रैक
कर चुके हैं.
and that is that big shift जो आप बोल रहे थे ना 2016 से ना ये studios ने इंडिया में बहुत पैसा लाया and because of them a lot of investors also came. Studios like Gameberry Labs, they I think 3 years back they made a yearly revenue of around 200 crores. Only 3 games. जो गल्फ में चलते हैं यहाँ पे भी नहीं चल रहे, लूडो, पच्चीसी, ऑल दोज गेम्स, 3 गेम्स.
सो ये माइक्रो ट्रांजैक्शन से क्या एडवर्टाइजमेंट से?
बोथ दे आर फ्री टू प्ले बट एड्स और इन गेम से चलते हैं मोनेटाइजेशन से. देयर इज अनदर कंपनी कॉल्ड प्ले सिंपल. 3 या 4 वर्ड या ट्रिविया गेम्स है उनके. 2 years back they made a historic deal in India. They got acquired for $368 million. 4 ही गेम है उनके, but they actually brought that entire. So अब आज के डेट में अब देखोगे ना तो इन्वेस्टर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से there is a lot of investments happening, but only on the mobile side. PC और console is still दूर है.
I think Super Gaming also raised a big round. आज या कल रेस किया उन्होंने.
तो again that's a free to play game.
Free to play.
हाँ, तो उसके लिए उनके पास पीछे 10 लोगों की टीम है जो डेटा दे रही है वो. एंड these are very क्या बोलते हैं ना, it's a 24/7 जॉब. ये जो हम बना रहे इट्स अ प्रीमियम गेम, जो आप भी बोल रहे थे शूटर गेम, आप बना दो मूवी की तरह है वो, आप बना दो मार्केट में डालो, $10 के लिए लोग खरीदेंगे. Then you don't have to actually, then you just have to do marketing around it कि देखो ये गेम है and all that stuff. But free to play games are a difficult thing to monetize.
Difficulty is writing में भी difficulty because if a game from concept stage takes 8 years, तो obviously if it's a free to play, people might spend more time उसको add up करके you can monetize it in certain ways, micro transaction कर सकते हैं. But जो free to play games, I think उसमें the ads should be the only thing जो majority of the रेवेन्यू ड्रॉ करता होगा, और इट कैन बी माइक्रो.
इट्स द अदर वे अराउंड. मेजरली इंडिया में एड्स ज्यादा चलते हैं बिकॉज इंडिया में इन ऐप परचेजेस थोड़े कम है. बट ग्लोबली इन ऐप परचेज
आते हैं ऑफ कोर्स.
बट ये जो डेवलपमेंट प्रोसेस है ना वो कंप्लीट उल्टा है. लाइक फॉर पीसी एंड कंसोल यू डू इट फॉर 2-3 years नॉन स्टॉप एंड देन यू पुट इट आउट, राइट. या तो आप एक डेमो डाल के टेस्ट करोगे. बट फ्री टू प्ले गेम्स का बहुत अच्छा मॉडल है कंपैरेटिवली, कि अगर आप जैसे कैंडी क्रश को एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं. अगर आपको कैंडी क्रश बनाना है ना तो आप सिर्फ 3 महीने में एक अच्छा सा कोर लूप बना लोगे उसका, और उसको मतलब थोड़ा बेटर बना के, जैसे वर्टिकल स्लाइस होता है वैसे ही सॉफ्ट लॉन्च कर दोगे. तो अगर मेरा गेम मान लो मुझे चलाना है यूएस में, मतलब मेरा टारगेट ऑडियंस यूएस है, तो व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई विल पब्लिश दैट गेम ओनली इन न्यूजीलैंड बिकॉज माइंडसेट सेम है ऑडियंस का बट ऑडियंस कम है. सो आई विल एंड अप स्पेंडिंग मनी एंड लर्निंग फ्रॉम दैट ऑडियंस विदाउट एक्सपोजिंग माई गेम and my bugs and issues to US audience, right?
Very smart approach.
तो 3 महीने में ही मैं वो कर दूंगा, और मैं 1-1.5 महीने का सॉफ्ट लॉन्च करूंगा एंड आई विल सी कि लोग कैसे रिएक्ट कर रहे हैं, मेरा रिटेंशन कितना हो रहा है. तो फ्री टू प्ले गेम्स का डेवलपमेंट उल्टा बहुत वो है, मतलब एजाइल है कि आप करते 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 उसको डेवलप कर सकते.
पीसी गेम्स में भी देयर वाज दिस गेम काउंटर स्ट्राइक करके, तो इट वाज अ पेड गेम अर्लियर, बट उसकी इन्वेंट्री साइज इतनी बड़ी हो गई थी बीच में, लाइक ट्रांजैक्शंस वर इन बिलियंस. सो इवन इफ यू आर प्लेइंग दैट गेम, यू द काइंड ऑफ स्किन्स यू ओन फॉर द ग्लव्स और फॉर द सूट यू आर वेयरिंग और फॉर द गन्स के स्किन्स पे, आई थिंक इवन एन एवरेज इन्वेंट्री जो होती है लोगों की, इट वाज इन lakhs and lakhs of rupees. तो दे चेंज द गेम कंप्लीटली फ्रॉम अ पेड गेम टू F2P. आई थिंक कोविड के आसपास की बात है. दे पोर्टेड द गेम, द न्यू इंजन, थिंग्स लाइक दैट. बट I get it what you say कि F2P में there are a lot of improvisation needs to be done. कि people क्या like कर रहे हैं, क्या feedback है and things like that.
जैसे एक एग्जांपल, when I say retention, आपको ये पता होगा कि आप मोबाइल गेम्स खेलते हो, there is something called as daily rewards. है ना, वो रोज आता है कि अंदर आप करते आपको एक वो मिलता है ना. So when you are doing that iterations ना, आपको पता चलेगा कि आपका रिटेंशन तो अरे आ नहीं रहा है इतना, मतलब रिटेंशन भी ऐसा होता है ना कि डे 0 यानी मैंने जिस दिन गेम को डाउनलोड करके स्टार्ट किया है, डे 1 इज जब भी वो दूसरे दिन आया, तो 100 में से अगर 50 लोग दूसरे दिन आ रहे हैं यानी डे 1 पे आ रहे हैं, तो मेरा डे 1 रिटेंशन इज 50%, राइट। तो मैं क्या मेक श्योर करना चाहता हूँ कि मेरा डे 7 भी स्ट्रांग हो, तो मैं वो पूरा डेली रिवॉर्ड का वो डाल दूंगा, सो दैट दूसरे दिन भी आए, तीसरे दिन भी आए, चौथे।
करेक्ट।
तो ये जो है ना इटरेशंस, ये गेम को बेटर कर देते हैं थ्रू आउट दैट प्रोसेस। बट प्रीमियम गेम्स में, पीसी कंसोल में वो नहीं होता।
हाँ,
आपको बाद में पता चलता है
लॉन्गर रन
नहीं खेलता ये।
विल एड्रेस द एलिफेंट इन द रूम, एआई। आपके हिसाब से वी हर्ड अ लॉट ऑफ काइंड ऑफ थ्रेट परसेप्शंस इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्रोफेशंस के लिए, कंसल्टेंट्स के लिए, लॉयर्स के लिए, एंड लेटली वी बीन सीइंग कि वेब डिजाइनर्स भी बोल रहे हैं कि पीपल आर नाउ मूविंग टुवर्ड्स एन एआई बेस्ड एप्लीकेशन टू बिल्ड देयर ओन वेबसाइट्स। आपके हिसाब से गेम्स में ऑब्वियसली वी कैन नॉट नेवर मूव टू एन एआई बेस्ड गेम, बट फॉर यू एज अ गेम डिजाइनर, डू यू थिंक कि कंट्रीब्यूट करता है आपके वो आपकी जो लेंदी एंड लेथार्जिक वर्क फ्लो है उसको, इट माइट इम्प्रूव एट सर्टेन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम?
बहुत करता है। लाइक टुडे आल्सो वी आर यूजिंग इट 100%, राइट। इट एक्सेलरेट्स योर एंटायर प्रोडक्शन, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट। और उसमें कोई गलत ये नहीं है। लाइक आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट वी आर यूजिंग somebody else's आर्ट, जिसका बहुत बड़ा वो हुआ था कुछ साल पहले। सी द थिंग इज AI is not taking anybody's job, but people who know AI will take your job. अब अगर बेटर उसको यूज करना जानते हो तो आप उतने वैल्यूएबल हो। इन आर केस, जैसे मैं आपको एकदम प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल देता हूँ। जब हम मुक्ति जब भी बना रहे, तो देयर इज एन इंडियन म्यूजियम। दैट म्यूजियम इज ब्रोकन डाउन इनटू रफली अराउंड 30 रूम्स। अब ये फिक्शनल है म्यूजियम। आर वी आर्किटेक्चरल स्टूडेंट्स? नहीं है, हम लोग नहीं है वो। हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रेफरेंसेस देख देख के, छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज वास्तु संग्रहालय जो मुंबई में है, बाहुदाजी लाड है, वहाँ जा जाके हम देख रहे हैं, फोटोज खींच रहे हैं। बट वो जो सेटअप है ना रूम का, अगर मैं चाहता हूँ कि मैं वो यूनिक करूँ, तो आई नीड लाइक ग्रेट हेल्प ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट आर्टिस्ट्स जो बैठ के मेरे लिए वो सब करे। वी आर एन इंडी स्टूडियो, वी डोंट हैव दैट मनी, राइट? यू डू दैट इन मैटर ऑफ सेकेंड्स ऑन AI। अगर मैं उसको एक सेटअप दे दूँ एंड जस्ट टेल इट टू जस्ट विजुअलाइज कि ये रूम प्री हिस्टोरिक इंडिया के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से म्यूजियम का डेकोरेट कर, तो मुझे वो दिखाएगा। आई एम नॉट सेइंग आई एम कॉपिंग एज इट इज, बट आई गेट एन अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि ओ
ऐसा दिखेगा,
दैट वे आई कैन डू। अब इमेजिन करो ये कॉन्सेप्ट आर्टिस्ट को करने को कितना टाइम लग जाएगा।
प्रीव्यूज निकालने के लिए which would have waited couple of weeks, ये आएगा बन के।
Exactly. So now you get an understanding कि ओ इसको ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं, ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं, and then you come up with your original thoughts based on the experience of your game, है ना? कि मुझे प्लेयर को नहीं ट्रैवर्स कराना है यहाँ से। So I think I'll merge this and I'll take this part of it, and वो fun है, right? Another example is writing कितनी improve हो चुकी है, in the sense you get to actually you write all the stuff that you have in mind, but you get to validate that a lot, right? Using
correct, yeah.
You're making a lot of documentations right now, being a game designer in a game like this। आपका कितना सारा काम ये हो जाता है, फास्ट हो जाता है उससे। Also you look at a lot of from my point of view content creation भी करता हूँ मैं, so that also helps me a lot in terms of bringing that audience towards my game by doing the right thing। अब मार्केट रिसर्च पहले आपको 100 टैब्स ओपन करके देखने पड़ते थे कि मेरे को अगर देखना है कि ओके व्हाट इज सैंटा मोनिका जिसने गॉड ऑफ वॉर बनाया, उसने पिछले 20 साल में क्या किया कि मैं इंस्पायर हूँ और मेरे को अंडरडॉग्स को उस तरीके से लेके जाना है आगे। Today if I sit on ChatGPT and just do it, I get an entire history of उसने क्या किया है, right?
Correct.
It makes you smarter, right? It's making you smarter. It's helping you to take better decisions, right?
And an added layer of QA testing हो, checklist हो, you can know कि what to do or not to do.
कितने सारे, अगर अब आज के डेट में भी like even after working in this industry for 17 or odd years, आज भी अगर कोई मुझे बोलेगा कि अरे वो PNL का टेम्पलेट मुझे पिचिंग के लिए PNL का, यू कैंट नो एवरीथिंग।
करेक्ट।
सब चीज का टेम्पलेट थोड़ी ना आप ये करके आए हो, बट यू डू दैट अकॉर्डिंग टू योर स्टोरी, आपको मिल जाएगा वहाँ पे, राइट? सो मेकिंग यूज ऑफ व्हाट यू हैव, आप नहीं करोगे तो आप पीछे रह जाओगे।
फ्रॉम पॉलिसी स्टैंड पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आपके हिसाब से पॉलिसी में व्हाट नीड्स टू बी चेंज्ड इन इंडिया और व्हाट नीड्स टू बी एडेड so that gaming development and the gaming acquisitions become easier? ऐसे आपने बताया एक sense of education, like the educational curriculum में academics में अगर you get a little bit or more boost from the ministries कि gaming should be a subject somewhere just as for awareness,
Yeah.
so that we also get a head start like the other counterparts we have. Policies में आपके हिसाब से जो जैसे we have a foreign investment policy, FDIs है, but इसके अलावा भी आपके साथ exchange programs या क्या लगता है आपको what should be the one which can add to the growth of the industry as well?
So there are a lot of things actually. Base level से बहुत बड़ा problem है इंडिया में एक. Although I love the fact that you mentioned that Modi ji and the government talking about giving now big boost for the entire industry. But ये foreign को के policies या फिर और कुछ करने से पहले सबसे पहला जो base level problem है is to segregate gaming and gambling. राइट जो अभी फिलहाल हो रहा है एंड आई टेल यू अ लॉट ऑफ लाइक एवरीबडी 100% ऑफ द गेम डेवलपमेंट स्टूडियोज इन इंडिया द बिगर कंपनीज और स्मॉलर स्टूडियोज एवरीबडी इज लिटरली ड्रैग्ड इनटू दिस
RMG.
yeah like I respect all the businesses. I am good with everything. like आप बनाओ आप business करो, you're eventually helping the GDP of India and all that sort of. ठीक है, as a countryman I am happy for the country, right? But क्या हो रहा है, I'll give you one or two simple examples. When you are actually combined with gambling, you are forcefully put under the bracket of gambling. You cannot. So RBI ने अभी एक रूल निकाला है that आप आउटवर्ड रेमिटेंस जो आ रहा है ना, बाहर से जो अंदर पैसा आ रहा है इन माई कंपनी, it's not allowed. like वो एक पॉइंट था जब वो अलाउड नहीं हो रहा था because they only know that this is online gaming and online gaming equal to gambling. So
पर्पस कोड बहुत ब्रॉड है उसमें.
yeah. So RBI ने like last year also when we signed with Sony India Hero project, right? The money that was coming to us, right? It delayed for 2 months because the only reason was the banks that we were working with, and these are very reputed and bigger banks in India. I'm talking about. Again, I don't want to name them, but इन्होंने हाथ खड़े कर दिए. They said this is some money that is coming because of gambling in India, and RBI has strictly told us not to take that. So we had to do some jugards. We had
Reroute
to
it.
start a new bank account, a Forex bank account, and get that money in. Every smaller studio in India is facing this problem today. अगर inward remittance है, outward remittance है, जहाँ पे मुझे actually किसी को बाहर वाले बंदे को salary pay करनी है, I can't. Now these are very base level issues. अब ये हो रहा है because the base problem is कि गवर्नमेंट ने अभी तक वो सेग्रीगेशन ही नहीं किया है. I'm very sure कि 2 हफ्ते पहले का न्यूज़ आपने पढ़ा होगा जब महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट इज running behind banning online games, right? वो segregation, वो भी clarity अभी तक है नहीं.
Correct.
A lot of people are saying नहीं वो सिर्फ इसको कर रहे. There's no such clarity as of yet, right? A lot of people have to jump in and tell them that boss ये ऐसा नहीं है, ये अलग है, तुम करो अपना काम, you are RMG, like all of that is good. But then everybody else is actually affected by that, right? Imagine करो कल जाके 28% GST अपने को भरना पड़ा. We don't have anything that we can oppose it, right? like कि जबरदस्ती we are getting involved in the
from the structure of gaming. I believe India में बहुत कम लोग ये समझते हैं. ऐसे आपने rightly mentioned किया. I was about to ask you this, that gaming has 3 divisions in India as we can perceive it from our standpoint. First, we'd consider gaming is very separate from this RMG stuff, which is completely e-casinos and online gaming. They call themselves to be under the shadows. You have gaming, you have 2 separate again. Then it's casual gaming and then competitive gaming. So we come from the casual part of things, and we mostly cover the competitive part of things. But these companies which are now based on kind of skill level games, these are not lotteries. These are, I think, giving a negative PR to us. The negative personalities, the negative publicity is too much to write or to perceive for us even. हमने भी देखा है, मतलब सुप्रीम कोर्ट की जजमेंट्स कोई आते हैं अगर, तो पीपल हु आर नोन टू अस दे कॉल अस, अरे आपके बारे में कुछ आया इंडस्ट्री का. दिस नॉट आवर इंडस्ट्री. द जजमेंट्स आर फॉर द गैम्बलिंग पार्ट ऑफ थिंग्स, जहाँ पे यू आर बेटिंग ऑन थिंग्स लाइक दैट, स्किल बेस्ड में है. तो this distinction is very very important. I think आपके end से भी और हमारे end से भी will try to encourage more on giving this differentiation कि क्या है, and this is not what we do. This is completely different. There is an industry which thrives on writing those games, promoting those games, publishing those games, and then acquiring the users in a very organic way. Not that कि कुछ हम lollipop देके आ जाओ, पैसे कमाओ, निकलो, जीतो, ऐसा. This is obviously not something we thought we will be recognized या be defined in this category. 10 years ago we never knew कि gambling और gaming में differentiation नहीं रहेगा. So obviously this is
आप उसको luck बोलो, आप उसको skill बोलो, that's all aside. But everything that has money in, money out needs to be separated.
Right.
Esports there's no money in as such, right? Like it's a competitive gaming sector where you win money. But अभी क्या हो रहा है? If you look at tier 2, tier 3, उनके लिए they put 5 rupees. They just want to win 6 rupees. That is it. But in a longer span, ना 2-2 लाख का कर्जा करके बैठे हुए ये लोग, and then there's all this suicidal attempts and all of these things come in place and all, and then people ask us all. You remember there was a scenario where something called as Blue Whale came in.
Of course. Challenges, death challenges.
Yeah. And even at that time, people started screaming ki you guys are spoiling the kids because you are making games like Blue Whale. Blue Whale was not a game.
Of course.
It was not at all a game. It was a concept that can be taken place on any of the social media platforms, right? It was called a game for all the wrong reasons. And उसको भी ऐसा एक funny incident हुआ था. I gave an interview on a newspaper, and I gave that interview, and that person came to me just to clarify that Blue Whale and gaming is totally different. The next day the article came up with the heading saying that Blue Whale is a very bad game, and here is the guy talking about it. Like complete opposite day. So, and that got into the hard copies of newspapers जिसको मैं उतार भी नहीं पाया बाद में.
So as you said, policy में भी there is a big change which needs to be adapted as early as possible. आ सके. Apart from this, आपके हिसाब से, so if we talk about the career part now, जैसे आपने बताया about the development part, publication part, we do about the esports part जहाँ पे you can be a competitive player or a coach or maybe a caster or a technical guy. But आपके हिसाब से gaming में for advocacy as well, to liaison with the like industries of C2 or FICCI or bodies like that. इसके अलावा आपके हिसाब से गेमिंग में स्पेसिफिकली कैजुअल गेमिंग जो आप लोग कर रहे हो डेवलपमेंट में, इसमें करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज आर स्टिल एट अ सैचुरेशन पॉइंट, या आपको लगता है कि दे आर स्टिल ग्रोथ प्रोस्पेक्ट या ओरिएंटेशन है ऐसा कि पीपल कैन बेट देयर लाइव्स ऑन दिस, पीपल शुड कम अबाउट गेमिंग, जो गेमिंग को दिखते हैं एज अ टाइम पास है या ये समथिंग टू स्टीम ऑफ है, ऐसा नहीं है. दिस इज अ पर्टिकुलर industry where we can spend our time, we can make money, we can have a sustainable and peaceful life.
Yeah. No, I think so. The first part is like जो policies की बात कर रहे थे ना, there's one additional attempt that government and the entire policy and that should be doing is base level को पहले eradicate करो वो problem को, and then try to bring in a lot of support when it comes to gaming. जैसे if you look at countries like Germany, right, Finland, उनके government provides grants for people to actually do good stuff, like in the gaming space as well. So those kind of things are something that we are also working with government.
I think in waves में ऐसा कुछ था क्या?
हाँ, मतलब हो रहा था ना, बहुत चीजें हो रही है, बहुत ज़्यादा चीजें हो रही है. State government is working on a lot of different elements overall for the AVGC industry. But वो होना चाहिए. There should be ways where people can actually get up with their ideas and go and ask for it, because हर industry में है तो AVGC needs to have that, right? Second is the whole idea of gaming is not a career is kind of going now. मतलब अभी people have accepted that this is a big career.
It is happening now.
Yeah. It is happening, and one of the main reason is basically we are the parents now, right?
Correct. हमने struggle किया already इसमें, so we know.
Like we नो अभी, क्योंकि हम लोग उसमें से गए हैं राइट नाउ. अपने पेरेंट्स को नहीं पता था, बट द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन दैट यार वी नो व्हाट गेमिंग इज, एंड सो वी नो कि वो बढ़ने वाला है. सो every time like I do YouTube, I get to meet a lot of parents also. I do consultancy calls with them. So the amount of support that they provide to their kids now when it comes to gaming as a career, it's very commendable because everybody is seeing it as a career now. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि वो प्रॉब्लम आई थिंक आने वाले 2-3 साल में तो completely चले जाएगा.
So we come back to Mukti.
Yeah.
Mukti में I'll make one more attempt to get some information about not just the official launch. I'm talking about when reviewers get the copies or the media get the copies. When can we expect a tentative time range? क्या लगता है आपको? When are you going to make it public that this is the area where this is the time when the game will be available for you to play?
Again, see, the only reason we can't is because it's Sony, and Sony is very, very particular about these timelines and things. But one thing I can actually definitely tell you is that probably in the coming month or so, a lot of information will be out about the release window of the game. In a month भी नहीं, मतलब month के अंदर ही आ जाएगी एक information. There's something that we are planning with Sony. And see, Sony का attempt of making every game big is completely different from indie perspective. उनका ऐसा होता है कि they drop a bomb and then there is game out there, right? 2-3 महीने में ही मिल जाता है लोगों के हाथ में. It's something like that. Because they have all the power, right? They are a platform. They're not a publisher. They're a platform. They have all the spotlights that they can put you. The last trailer that we did, जो मई में आया था ना, वो ट्रेलर सीधा PlayStation Global channel पे रिलीज हुआ था. Now that channel has 16 million subscribers and it's a global channel. We got a solid eyeball on releasing that trailer. So see, these pieces of informations ना वो उनके लिए marketing beats है, तो मैं इसके लिए दे नहीं सकता वो. So for them,
Correct.
so new and fresh and the only place where you'll get this
exclusive.
Yes. So, but I'll tell you कि ये एक महीने में
of course,
people will
this is a lot.
Know about the trailer.
Apart from the Sony के timeline, do you have a personal timeline on this as well? Set कि ये game बहुत time and effort से हमने बनाया है. This is our personal stuff. So अगर इसकी viewership या इसके downloads या subscriptions इतने हो जाए, then this is the justice to the game. या कुछ personal milestone आपका है कि इस region में होना चाहिए, like 40% of the users are from the western region, और maybe India में कहीं documentaries बने इस पर, या what do you think is the personal milestone जहाँ पे this will decide that this is now a success story for me, this is why I joined in the gaming industry?
So I think इसके पहले सिर्फ एक ही जगह पे I spoke about this. So Mukti for us is not just a game. It is a big transmedia project that we are looking at, right? So when I say transmedia, we want to go the route of what Naughty Dog has done or Santa Monica has done. If you look at all these games like Last of Us, Witcher, God of War, Fallout, games came out and then the series or a movie came out, right? The common factor अगर आप उसमें देखोगे तो there is great storyline to it. If a game has a great storyline, a fascinating world, powerful characters, you can actually build that into a much bigger IP. You can create a bigger value to that entire IP, right? So for us, Mukti is a game first, but it is going to be a transmedia project. In the back end, we are working on the transmedia angle already. For us, the game is focused on going in the Western market to a bigger level. But here's my understanding also that I want to actually spill it out. कि हर चीज़ का एक पहला वक्त होता है. जैसे मैंने आपको थोड़ी देर पहले जो 2-2 साल का शिफ्ट बताया, right? We actually want to be that game which can bring that shift in the buying capacity of PC games from India. And I think we would probably be successful if we do it really well in India, because with the price points as well. Because India में इस स्केल का गेम अभी तक आया नहीं है, इस क्वालिटी का गेम अभी तक आया नहीं है. Again, not blowing my own trumpet, but if you see the trailer, you will get to realize कि बस थोड़ा visual they have done something, right? Like, and that's the pre-alpha version. The final version that you'll see will be a much better version, right? So that shift ना, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि this game can bring that shift in the Indian buying capacity कि शायद ये गेम और लोग इंडिया से बाय करें, जितने हमें एक्सपेक्टेशंस है उससे कई ज़्यादा करें, बिकॉज that one or two trailers and the videos that came out, it just blew up in India to a much bigger level. Some videos went to around 20 million views and all, and people talking about all the patriotic stuff on it and how they are proud of the kind of game that is coming out. मेरे ख्याल से 2% भी कर लेंगे बाय तो भी it's a big number for
Correct,
India.
correct,
right?
correct.
So I'm very hopeful on that side. But of course, for us, it is a game which needs to go beyond boundaries. One of the major thing is because we are talking about a subject that is very serious, and it needs to be heard. So human trafficking, भले India में it's big when it's happening, but when it comes to actually caring about that whole concept, globally ज़्यादा लोग उस पे ये करते हैं. मतलब there is a lot of concern globally around
Correct,
this
correct.
concept, right? So for us, it needs to cross those borders of those platforms also. That is a victory for us. Awards and all is like a secondary element to it.
No, wish all that fortune and luck your way, because 18 years of hard work, grit, and now this finally is coming into shape, and we hope that it gets millions of downloads, and it should go beyond the boundaries. And I'm thankful that we invited you over, because ourselves, we also are in the industry for the past 16 years now, but we learned a lot from you today. So thank you so much, Vaibhav. It was a pleasure. We hope to see you back again when the game hits 1 million downloads.
Absolutely.
We will do one more round of this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pleasure.